And now it's time for Empower 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Director of Marketing Communications, Melissa Henley.
Good morning and welcome to Empower 2015. First of all, I have to ask, how many of you remember some of those vintage Laserfiche screens from years ago? Some of you, right? Yes, a lot of you. So first of all, I have to thank all of you because yet again, thanks to you, Empower has broken all records. So give yourselves a hand. This year, we're thrilled to welcome a record-breaking crowd to the biggest, the best, and the most exciting Empower conference in Laserfiche history. Take advantage of the fact that 2,500 of your peers and colleagues are here to share their experiences and expertise. Although we live in a virtual world and are connected by email and social media, it's still valuable to sit face-to-face and talk. The true value of Empower 2015 is the community you'll be a part of for the next 3 days. And this vibrant Laserfiche community we're all proud to be a part of is due to our strong leadership team. That's why this morning I'm honored to welcome our first keynote speaker, who has been a part of Laserfiche since the very beginning. He served in a variety of sales and marketing leadership roles before being named Executive Vice President in 2011 and CEO in 2014. During his career with Laserfiche, he has been instrumental in transforming Laserfiche into the industry-leading advanced workflow and information management solution we know today. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Laserfiche CEO, Chris Wacker.
Good morning, everyone. Boy, that opening video sure brings back memories. I can remember those enormous PCs and high-res monitors on which I would actually search for the term training. That was a while ago. Well, welcome to Empower 2015. It's wonderful to see so many of you at this exciting event. There must be 2,500 of us here today. This is the largest and most information-packed event in our history and in the industry today. On behalf of the entire company, thank you for coming. This conference, thank you. This conference keeps getting bigger and better. We grew a lot this year, adding new staff, new users, new resellers, and new products. We have some truly interesting things to show and do over the next 3 days. But first, before we get started, I would like to pay tribute to an amazing woman without whom we wouldn't be here today, nor have the terrific products that make our lives easier, more productive, and truly innovate the way we work. That woman is Neeling Wacker, my wife, and this company's founder, who passed away 4 months ago after a valiant battle with cancer. I would just like to say that Neeling was wonderful, a truly remarkable humanitarian. She was genuinely interested in the success of everyone, and she would always take the time to listen and talk with anyone who had an issue or was needing her help. I know that many of you have had the opportunity to work closely with her over the years and got to appreciate her sincerity and genius. She was first a physicist, second a programmer, and always a problem solver. She inspired our engineering team to be creative in software development. Her approach was holistic. Throughout our 28-year history, all of our 9-numbered releases have had distinctive architectural designs and major feature enhancements. She encouraged everyone to go after bugs with a vengeance and attack them at the heart rather than just apply a patch and move on. She demanded a familiar, easy-to-use interface with a bulletproof, robust back end. She believed in her heart that with efficient and performance software, people work smarter, benefiting not just themselves, but also those that they serve. Neeling always said that she wanted to make software that people love to use. And the presence of all of us here today is proof that she did just that. The proof is also in the many thousands of organizations and enterprises, public and private, US and worldwide, running smarter on software that they love to use. I'd like to tell you now about one of those organizations and how its use of Laserfiche is producing success measured not just in its own operations, but also in the lives of the people that they serve. The Long Beach Police Department uses Laserfiche as its central content management system. It replaced an average ECM system with Laserfiche about 5 or 6 years ago through a Cash for Clunkers promotion that we ran at the time. In their Laserfiche system, the Long Beach PD maintains records on all Long Beach gang members. The records include detailed information on members' affiliations, images of their physical characteristics, such as mugshots and tattoos, metadata of outstanding warrants, arrest records, familial ties, known addresses, ages, and much more. All in the same familiar browser screens that you see on your systems. The officers have this information accessible in their patrol cars as well, where it is just as familiar and easy to use. Notwithstanding the fact that the previous system just plain didn't work, it didn't approach anywhere near this level of functionality. With the previous system, if a police officer saw a gang member, he would have to telephone a dispatcher who would then call central files to search for information on the individual. The process could take more than an hour, by which time the subject under observation was usually gone. Now with Laserfiche, the officers have detailed information on such individuals at their fingertips right in their patrol cars. They are armed with intelligence and information, which is far more effective than weapons or force when fighting today's increasingly sophisticated network of street gangs. The department also has another potent tool in its gang suppression strategy. They've gotten from the courts civil injunctions against known gang members. The injunctions specify that named individuals can't be present in designated regions of the city during specified hours, among other restrictions. Injunctions are a powerful tool in stopping gangs. Many of the country's gang-troubled cities use them, but none with nearly the success that Long Beach enjoys, largely because of the timely access to relevant and accurate information that Laserfiche provides to officers on patrol. That's according to the police officer who runs the program, Detective Chris Zamora, who has been demonstrating at law enforcement conferences around the country how the Long Beach gang suppression program works. When a Long Beach patrol officer observes someone whom he believes is a gang member in a place at which he is not allowed by the injunction, he makes a positive identification in Laserfiche in the patrol car and makes the arrest, all in a fraction of the time it once took just to identify the individual. The arrest is ironclad in court, and the gang member invariably goes away for 90 days, instead of remaining on the streets to go about his business. Contrast that efficiency and effectiveness with a recent episode of a television police docudrama series called Boston's Finest. In this episode, there were 3 Crown Victorias full of highly trained and equipped gang police officers who arrived at an apartment building where they suspected a known and particularly dangerous gang member was hanging out. They smashed down the door of one of the units, and 12 of them rushed in, only to discover that the suspect wasn't there. That single effort must have cost the city of Boston tens of thousands of dollars, and it came up dry. Long Beach, on the other hand, has seen gang activity arrests increase 600% with a near 100% conviction rate. Gang murder has decreased 30%, and overall crime has remained at 40-year lows since Laserfiche was installed. During the same time, the number of officers on the department's roster has dropped to a 10-year low. These numbers all add up to enormous financial benefits from bringing Laserfiche into the city's gang suppression efforts. But it's the improvement to the community life in Long Beach that is perhaps even more rewarding. The gang element of the criminal population commits the most heinous crimes, including drug trafficking, assault, murder, and so on. They make a community unfit to live in. Thanks to Laserfiche, formerly gang-infested neighborhoods in Long Beach have been reclaimed by families with children. When the gangs are gone, community life returns to normal, and the police department is able to devote more of its resources to quality of life issues. I'd like to add that Long Beach Police Chief Jim McDonald, under whose watch this whole program was put in place, was just elected Sheriff of Los Angeles County, the largest law enforcement agency in the country. The city itself was also recognized as a top 10 digital city by the Center for Digital Government. Last summer, after a sailboat race, I was talking with Detective Zamora who sails on our team, about the Long Beach gang suppression effort. Chris often has to appear in court to testify against gang members who are being prosecuted. He told me about a case in which an individual being prosecuted cried out in court, "You guys are making it too tough to be a gang member." As incredible as this may sound to others, this fellow thought he was just performing his role in society. I think this was Ni Ling's unconscious effort to put everyone on the straight and narrow path. Even this guy. This is Ni Ling's legacy. Designing software that benefits not only our customers, but also our customers' customers. It certainly benefited him. Long Beach is but one example of the profound impact that Ni Ling has had upon the millions of lives that she's touched. I could speak more about the legacy that Ni Ling leaves us, but we've prepared these 3 days of instructions and presentations that'll do the job much more effectively. You'll get opportunities to hear some very interesting accounts of how Laserfiche is helping everyday people in extraordinary ways, much like what's happening in Long Beach. As you experience the events and activities of this conference, I ask you to keep a sharp eye out for Ni Ling's indelible imprint. It can be found everywhere and anywhere that things work simply and elegantly. Like Ni Ling, Laserfiche is accomplished, confident, and enduring. I know she would be gratified to see everyone here today. So, speaking for her and the entire team, thank you again for being here and being part of the Laserfiche community. We are all Ni Ling's legacy. Thank you. Let's get started.
Thank you, Chris, for those truly inspirational and touching words. Please join me in giving Chris another round of applause. As Chris said, whether you're here to learn about new Laserfiche products, master mobile information management, or build better business processes, this year's courses will empower you to build an information management foundation that produces better documents and better decisions. There will be plenty of case study presentations, user group meetings, and networking activities taking place over the next 3 days, so be sure to attend as many as you can. But Empower 2015 is only one of the ways we connect the Laserfiche community. Our social channels are busier than ever, and if you've been following Twitter, you know that. So if you're not connected with us, now's the time. Just check the back page of your program for all the addresses you need. For those of you who are already active on Twitter, make sure to follow us at Laserfiche and tweet using this year's hashtag Empower15. You don't know what you might win? Not a social media guru yet? Stop by the Laserfiche Information Center in the Elite Ballroom, and we'll teach you everything you need to know to tweet, hashtag, and more. In fact, our friendly social team is right over there, and they'll get you set up with everything you need to know. And now, I'm thrilled to welcome this morning's second keynote speaker. He has been a driving force in this company's software development since joining Laserfiche in 1989. He held a variety of technology leadership roles before being named Chief Technology Officer in 2005 and President in 2014. In his career at Laserfiche, he has led worldwide engineering, operations, and product development, expanded the Laserfiche product line, and directed an integrated product strategy and roadmap. In 2013, he directed the development and launch of Laserfiche 9, which since its release has won the Best in Biz Award for Best New Enterprise Product of the Year, the Computer World Hong Kong Award for Best Enterprise Content Management Software, and the Stevie Award for Best New Business Product of the Year. Please join me in welcoming Laserfiche President Carl Chan.
Good morning, everyone, and and welcome to Empower 2015. This year, we look forward to this event every year. And every year, this conference gets more and more popular. This year is no exception. It's again our largest conference ever. We have a 25% increase in attendance over last year. In fact, the attendance have more than doubled in the last 5 years. With us here today, we have 2,500 attendees from 26 countries. Those of you who have attended the year before and first-time attendees will soon discover Empower is a different type of conference. Empower is an education and learning conference. The majority of classes are taught by developers who created the software. That's why you come to sunny Southern California in January and stay 3 days with us indoors. Almost half of you have joined us before at Empower. Welcome back. For the rest of you, welcome to your first Empower. Empower alumni know, and our first-time attendees will soon discover, that our goal for Empower is that you learn from each other. That's why, besides events and user groups, we've always featured classes taught by customers and partners. No matter why you're here, whether it's learn tips and tricks, or to improve processes, or to build a foundation for change with your Laserfiche system, there's a course for you. This year, of the 281 classes offered, 20% are taught by users and partners, sharing their success stories and innovative solutions. As members of the Laserfiche community, we share a common goal. We all want to be more efficient. We want to use resources wisely, and we want to solve problems creatively. That's why we hope you take what you've learned back to your own organization, that you change your business process, you think of new ways to serve your citizens, your clients, your customers, and you sow the seeds of change within your organization. Speaking of change, I'd like to take a quick update on how Laserfiche had progressed dramatically over the past years. Today, we have over 35,000 customers in every imaginable industry and in every imaginable company size. We have over 5 million people worldwide using Laserfiche in 77 countries on 6 continents. In fact, the only continent without a Laserfiche installation is Antarctica. Laserfiche continues to be the top choice for government agencies. Each year, the Center for Digital Government conducts a survey to evaluate how cities and counties are progressing towards the goal of becoming fully digital. The top survey respondents are awarded the honor of Top Digital City or Top Digital County. We're excited to announce that over half of the top digital cities and counties choose Laserfiche. Congratulations. Congratulations to all our winners on your leadership in the digital government space. For nearly 30 years, Laserfiche has been at the top of choice for enterprise content management. For all that time, we've kept the same philosophy: develop software people love to use. It's at the heart of our software, it's at the heart of Empower, it's at the heart of everything we do. Sometimes we get used to the way we've always done things, that it's hard to think about change. We've automatically think about starting a business process with a piece of paper. It's time to think differently and to take a step back. How about starting a process with an online form? Maybe from a phone, maybe from a tablet. Because it's not about scanning paper and automating from there. It's about taking paper out of the process from the start. On the back end, we can evolve the process from searching for documents to aggregating data, which gives us insight into how we can drive business forward. It's about using information to drive better decisions, making information available to people at the right time. It's about being a part of a larger effort to expand our digital-first approach to improve your organization's results from the point of capture to the point of disposition. It's about helping organizations create better documents, which result in not just quicker approvals, but smarter decisions. It's about turning information into insight, amplifying your other applications with unstructured content you already have in Laserfiche, using it to make smarter decisions. Laserfiche just isn't a place to store things. It's a way to power your business. Now, I'd like to show you a few ideas on how to use Laserfiche to change your organization. Please welcome the Director of Software Engineering, Kurt Rappley, and Senior Solutions Engineer, Joseph King.
Thank you, Carl. The hallmark of Laserfiche is making software that is easy to use. It's what we've always taken pride in and been known for. We strive to make life easier for everyone who uses our software, across industries and across roles. Today, 3 of my colleagues and I are going to present some new products, features, and approaches to make your life easier. We'll show you tools for information capture, mobile access, integration, and analytics. These tools are part of driving your digital organization by turning information into insight. The first step is getting the content that's coming into your organization to the right place. That, of course, means into Laserfiche. There are hundreds of scenarios that benefit from easy import of information. You could be in higher education, needing to add more information to a student's file. You could be in human resources, getting additional information to onboard a new hire. You could be in financial services, collecting customer information to open a new account. Or you could be in state or local government services, gathering more information about someone requesting assistance. First, we're going to look at a financial aid officer at a university. We'll call him Joe. Joe's got a new scholarship to give away thanks to a generous alum. The scholarship is available for currently enrolled students who demonstrate talent in the arts. To find interested students, Joe sent an email to the entire student body. He asked for a response from anyone interested, along with a summary of the creative artwork they'd submit as part of their application. Here's an email from an applicant in Microsoft Outlook. When Joe gets a viable response, he'll invite the student to apply, and he'll file the initial email into Laserfiche. Joe will create a folder for the student in the repository, apply appropriate security, and assign metadata to the new Laserfiche document. That sounds like a lot of steps, doesn't it? Well, Joe can do all that with only one click. Maybe you know that you can drag and drop email from Outlook to a folder in the Laserfiche client. That's pretty useful. But now we've made it even easier. We have added one-click automatic email import. No more changing windows from email to Laserfiche, browsing to the correct folder, and dragging and dropping. It takes just one click. Way to go, Joe. In the background, metadata fields have been set in the repository based on tokens. Laserfiche will grab the email sender and receiver information and file the email to the right folder, fill in the correct metadata values, and set security, record series, and retention based on where it's stored. It's quick and easy for users to get information into Laserfiche. Ultimately, that makes it more useful for your organization. Now, with one click, Joe has imported the email as a Laserfiche document and applied metadata. What he's also done with that action is trigger a business process that sends email to the applicant. The email contains a link to a form where the applicant can fill in her information and upload other materials. Laserfiche Forms makes it easy and secure, both for Joe and the person he's reaching out to. Information might come from a student, a new hire, a financial services customer, or an applicant for social services. With a public access form, it can be submitted whenever and from wherever is convenient. The person submitting it doesn't have to be a Laserfiche user. With a public access form, we may be reaching out to people who've never been part of our process before. We need to make it easy for them to give us the correct information. That's what's great about the new social BPM integration with Laserfiche Forms. We can bring institutional and community knowledge we have about the process to the people who might need it. Social BPM helps people understand the context of the information being requested. Though it may not seem like it, providing context, like the answers people most often need or personalized instructions, is really part of the capture process. That's because it's ensuring that the intake of information happens smoothly and accurately. For example, here we can see questions and answers associated with this form in the scholarship process. Our applicant might want to know what other types of aid might be available. Here she has viewed the answer to her question right in the context of the form. The other important feature we are showing with this form is security. One of the documents required contains the student's financial information, which needs to be kept secure. Sometimes email is not secure, and most students would prefer not to walk the materials across campus. We're sending scholarship applicants a link to a form because we need to provide a secure means of receiving their information. Students transmit their data securely, and the data ends up in Joe's Laserfiche repository with security applied. All the applicant has to do is enter her information, and Forms lets her upload the materials to complete the application. Once the information is uploaded, it's filed into Laserfiche. We are also using data from the internal student database to populate the document's metadata. That information is used to file the document to the correct folder with the right security without possibility of data entry error. And of course, once the information is uploaded securely, it can be automatically processed, routed for approvals, or routed for additional actions to be taken. Now, with the mobile features of Laserfiche, workers in any industry can drive business processes forward, whether they're at their desktop, roaming with a tablet, or on the move with a phone. I'm going to ask our principal software test engineer to talk about the next step, optimizing your access to information and processes in Laserfiche while on the go. Please welcome Miruna Babatier.
Automating business processes, mostly we talk about replacing paper and not walking documents around the office. But with more connectivity, better tools, and more mobile capabilities, you can break away from the idea of working in an office. The work can meet the workers wherever they are. We've been talking about a mobile, connected workforce for a while, but we've only gotten partway there. Everybody expects email notifications nowadays. Everybody expects to check email from their phone. But if you still have to hunt for a Wi-Fi connection to sign a contract or approve a step in a process, then you're not really mobile. If someone is an integral part of a process in Laserfiche, it is critical to give them access to their tasks, along with any supporting information they need to make a decision. And they need access to that information from a tablet or a phone so they can complete their work. Whether you are participating in any of the 4 scenarios Kurt mentioned, you are an important part of the process because you are the one ensuring everything in a case, an application, or a file is present and in good order. That is typically no small task, or at least it's no small part of the process. Pieces of that evaluation can be automated. For example, checking that 5 documents are present and they have the right titles. But it's likely you want a human validating all required information is present before the business process can continue. For this example, we're going to focus on new hire onboarding with an HR supervisor. Let's call him Joe. Once an applicant has accepted a job offer, they are sent a link to a form to submit a variety of information. That's a very similar process to the application we just saw. They have to attach a photo and scan an automatic payroll deposit form and fill in some personal information. Once all required data has been collected, they are emailed a form and they have to take it to the drug testing facility. And it's the HR supervisor's job to say, yes, we've got all the information from this guy. That triggers the drug test form, but it also triggers a variety of internal processes, like the requisition of a desk, a chair, a computer, email account, and so on. And those processes can't start until the HR supervisor has given the okay. That means he can't just sit on them, can't let them pile up in his inbox and approve them when he has time. He wouldn't like it if he showed up for work and nothing was there, right? So our supervisor needs to keep processes moving wherever he is, at his desk, at a big recruiting event out of town, or at Empower. And with Laserfiche Mobile, he can do just that. Many of you are familiar with Laserfiche workflow and business processes. Now we've got a new tool with forms in the Laserfiche app, and that brings you even more on-the-go functionality. So our HR supervisor, Joe, is on the road. He has a couple of packets of new hire information he needs to review. We can see Joe has notifications delivered from Laserfiche to his notification center. They're reaching out to him next to his text, Facebook, and Twitter notifications. And he's got all the information he needs right here to make an informed decision and participate in a business process. Right now, he's got several Laserfiche tasks, including one that's marked urgent. If we open that one, we see there's a new hire starting on Monday. So Joe reviews the collected information, and before approving it, he could even make comments. And with those actions, Joe keeps business moving. He also keeps IT and facilities happy with him. And he's done all that while right here. He truly is part of a mobile workforce. And now that Joe has dealt with urgent items in his list, he can look at what else is in store. This is the forms inbox in Laserfiche Mobile. One easy place to see what's waiting for you. Here we see that Joe has other new hire applicants to review. One of them is an applicant the engineering manager specifically wanted to see. Joe can do a quick check of the information like he did before, or he can directly reassign the task to the engineering manager so she can review it. Thank you so much, Joe. And there we have it. Joe has dealt with the tasks waiting for him, and he can go about his other business. In fact, I hear he's headed for an excellent quick fix presentation. This example has been about keeping the information flowing. Remember how information is a river, not a pond? Laserfiche means you are no longer tied to paper, and we are making it so you are no longer tied to your desk. You can keep information flowing, empowering your business wherever you are. What we showed you was also about automating everything we can automate. If we do that, we give our workers information and institutional knowledge so they can do what they need to do. We always focus on making sure that people have the right information to make decisions, and that's vital. But other systems also need information. To tell us about using organizational information to power more than just Laserfiche, I'd like to introduce our technical product manager, Justin Pava.
Thank you, Maruna. So far, we've shown you how to make use of the tools you already have to easily get information into Laserfiche. Not only that, but we've shown you how to work with your information more smoothly while on the go. And we've seen ways to store and access the institutional knowledge that helps keep your business moving. Maruna mentioned that digital processes isn't just about getting information to people. It's also about getting information to other systems or pulling from them. And then it's about using that information to power decisions and to power the automation we're all so used to. Workers in any of these 4 industries or job functions, or any others we're not showcasing, often have a primary application they work in and day out. But that primary application doesn't always hold all of the information a worker needs each day, and Laserfiche does. Let's look at a financial advisor. Let's say his name is Joe. Joe wants to figure out what customers he needs to reach out to, which prospects to call, and any other necessary follow-up. Joe works in Salesforce every day, and what he needs is data at his fingertips. He doesn't want to have to learn an entirely new system just for supplementary information, especially not when Laserfiche can power his daily business processes directly through his primary application. That's why we're excited about the new Laserfiche connector. It offers one-click integration between other applications and Laserfiche. What we're showing you here is Laserfiche integrated with Salesforce, one of the major customer resource management tools. It doesn't look much like Laserfiche, does it? That's right, because it's not. We're in Salesforce. The point is, if you're used to working in Salesforce or PeopleSoft or another application, you can keep right on working in it, but you can still take advantage of the power of Laserfiche. Your primary application doesn't contain all of the information about the customer, new hire, or case, but Laserfiche does. At any time, with one click in your primary application, you can view associated and background information in Laserfiche. Joe, the financial advisor, has a set of customers he reaches out to periodically. Before he calls or emails any of them, he checks for recent correspondence. With Laserfiche connector and one click, he can pull up all of the customer's information in Laserfiche. All he has to do is click on the connector button, and the customer or case folder with all contracts, emails, and any other documents will open in Laserfiche. He can see the full history. Here you see a collection of customer information viewed in the Laserfiche client. You can also use connector to open web access or web link. Joe can easily see that there's an email from the customer from only a couple days ago. He can open it up and get the latest information before reaching out to the customer. And if you need to add new information that just came in, you've got plenty of resources, including scanning. We can launch Laserfiche scanning directly from Salesforce with the metadata already filled in from the case you were looking at. When you scan, the document is immediately available in Laserfiche with the metadata values populated and the document stored in the right place. It's one click to all your information. What's really neat is that this kind of information would typically require someone to do specialized coding, but not Laserfiche connector. All you do is walk through a simple wizard to set it up. Here's the wizard, which has already scanned the web application to discover what pieces of information it can pull. That's what those red highlight boxes are that Joe's showing. Connector will grab the value in the red box. That value can then be used as a Laserfiche search term, or to populate metadata, or it can even be passed to another integration. The possibilities are endless. What Laserfiche connector does to help you integrate is useful, but it's how easy it is to configure and set up that's transformative. Just point and click. You probably have a dozen systems or applications that could be made smarter by connecting to Laserfiche. We'll still continue to add to our custom integration offerings between Laserfiche and applications, such as SharePoint, DocuSign, LaserApp, and even Salesforce. But we're giving you a simple way to link Laserfiche with other programs. Now anyone can make a basic connection, no coding required. Integrations are under your control. Think of what that could lead to. We all have a set of software tools we use. Mine aren't the same as yours, and they shouldn't be. With Connector, I can hook Laserfiche into my set of tools. For example, my Gmail account. And for more information about how, there's a great class you'll want to visit. Who knows? You might end up with your own personalized integration setup, tailored to the specific application you use. It's getting easier to think about Laserfiche as a hub, connecting you to any combination of systems and information stores. Once you have all those connections, you can see the full picture. You can use your data for reporting and big picture decision making for your businesses and organizations, which means Laserfiche can power your ability to make big decisions. To show us an example of just how that can work, I'd like to introduce Katie Burke, Government Program Strategist, to tell us more.
Thank you, Pava. Today, it's easier and easier to collect a lot of data about business processes, but it's not always easy to do something with it. We've shown you how to collect lots of information into Laserfiche and access it on a case-by-case basis, but one file or customer or employee at a time doesn't give you the big picture. And yet, Laserfiche can power the ability to make bigger decisions. If you have Laserfiche driving your business processes and driving the flow of information, the natural result is actually having the information in a way that you can use to drive your business strategy. The thing about using Laserfiche, whether it's for integration or for automated processing, isn't just that Laserfiche removes paper from the process. It's that all your data is electronic and available to you to slice and dice in different ways. Laserfiche makes it easier to connect the dots. We're going to show you some ways that you can use the same information to help different people in this process make better decisions. Of course, you'll understand how this can be true for all 4 of the scenarios we've described. We're going to focus on a county worker, such as a caseworker out in the field. Let's say his name is Joseph. He's doing client visits, capturing notes with his phone or tablet, doing his job. And maybe he notices, we're getting a lot of requests for this, or wow, it seems like we're seeing a lot of home visits in this neighborhood. But a single caseworker can't take action on that information because he can't see the bigger picture. What we're viewing here are reports in Laserfiche forms that are connected to and drawing on all of our Laserfiche information, as well as data from other systems. The reports are available to a variety of people in different roles at the organization. At an individual level, Joseph can see his entire caseload. He can get an overview of his performance and see how quickly he's completing his work. But he can also see a lot more, including a view of all activity in his team. On the Member Performance tab, he can see charts summarizing the team's overall performance, how many cases each team member is working on, and what the status is of their tasks. Now let's look at the manager's tools. As you might expect, Joseph's manager, Lucy, has even more reports available, containing a whole lot of data about the team's performance. She's got reports that show overdue and at-risk cases, the number and duration of tasks by team member, and the average time per case by caseworker. Each of these reports gives Lucy useful data, alerting her to possible issues and giving her the details she needs to investigate problems and find solutions. What's important is that Lucy isn't limited to just the information she sees on the reporting dashboard. At any step, she can pull up the associated information in Laserfiche. Let's look at one report in particular, the heat map, which shows phases of a case process and individual caseworkers, with the color spectrum representing the number of cases in each phase. Green and lighter is fewer, red and darker is more. We see that Joseph has a couple phases that are darker than everyone else's. There are a few possible reasons. Maybe he can't get some information he needs, maybe there's a problem with processing documentation, or maybe he's having his own personal problems. Looking at the heat map again, Lucy can also see that one phase trends darker than others across all caseworkers. This is something she wants to investigate. You see, she knows the historical data, and this isn't typical. It's grown over time. What she suspects is there's a process problem that someone can fix. You can see this is tremendously valuable data from a team or departmental perspective. But what about an even bigger picture? What if the entire agency wanted to use this information to better deploy essential services? We can do that too. Here, we've taken information from Laserfiche and overlaid it with other data sources to help city managers, social workers, and planning agencies work smarter together. In this instance, you can see a map of Head Start cases that were processed through Laserfiche in red and the high school dropout rate in blue. Based on that data, new libraries, the books in the chart, were established to support the educational programs in the area. As we click through the data over time, we see a decrease in the high school dropout rate and correlate that to the increased support for literacy and education. Using the information in this report, the public agency can review public services like library locations, Wi-Fi access points, and public transit usage to see where additional resources need to be deployed to best serve their citizens. With more automation and digital capabilities comes the opportunity for more insight into processes, more tracking of processes and worker tasks, and more data. The important thing is that city managers are using data to answer better questions, which leads to better decisions. It's not just how much of our budget are we spending on these services? The question is there a better way to provide these services? The data you already have in Laserfiche can be useful in multiple contexts and to multiple people. It all depends on how you look at it. And Laserfiche is giving you better and better tools to do that. And with that, Joe and I will hand it back to Carl.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Joe. And thanks everyone for the demos. Hopefully we've shown you new ways to think about your business process, to change how information is collected, to change how people interact with Laserfiche, and to change the way your organization makes decisions. This is the value of Empower, to show you how you can do more with Laserfiche to power your organization. We have the power to transform outdated practices. You have the power to go big and change the way things have always been done. And today, we hope you're inspired by how Laserfiche helps you to continue changing, continue solving a range of business issues now and into the future. Thank you, and enjoy Empower.
Thank you, Carl. And also thanks to Joe King, Kurt Rapoli, Maruna Babatier, Justin Pava, and Katie Berg. Please join me in giving them a big hand. As a reminder, if you'd like to learn more about anything discussed in this morning's general session, don't forget to stop by the Laserfiche Information Center located in the Elite Ballroom. The Information Center is where you can speak directly with Laserfiche software developers, testers, pre-sales engineers, and more. Interested in learning more about Laserfiche forms? Didn't have enough time after a popular class to ask all your questions? Want to learn more about our certified professional program courses? You can do it all in person at the Laserfiche Information Center. While you're there, remember to pick up your copy of the newly published Quicker, Better, Safer book focused on human resources automation, as well as second editions of Quicker, Better, Safer books focused on Laserfiche forms, Laserfiche mobile, higher education, and accounts payable. The Laserfiche Information Center will be staffed during conference hours and no appointment is needed. Simply stop by the Elite Ballroom whenever you have a free moment. If the Information Center is closed, remember to visit Laserfiche Answers, where you can ask and answer questions, start discussions, and share your insights. You can join the Empower 2015 group and start discussions with other attendees. Whether you want to find a running partner or would like a different perspective on something you learned in class, you can do it on Laserfiche Answers. You can even subscribe to the group to have a summary of all the day's questions and discussions emailed to you. It's a great way to ask questions, make new friendships, and share your expertise. We're very pleased to announce that this morning's general session is sponsored by Epson, our premier sponsor. Please join me in welcoming Robert Esquivel, ISV Business Development Manager, who would like to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Robert Esquivel. I'm a business development manager over at Epson America, responsible for managing our Western region and state of Texas channel partners. I first would like to thank the Wacker family and everybody at Laserfiche for inviting Epson America to be their premier sponsor at Laserfiche Empower 2015 for the third year in a row. This is a true honor for all of us at Epson. Since last year's conference, we've had the opportunity to engage at a closer level with the Laserfiche users. Our staff at this conference would love to hear from the attendees that we've met in previous years that decided to try our document imaging scanners on how happy they are and how much money they save by selecting the right scanner when running our scanners with Laserfiche software. With the most configuration options of any document scanner brand, and the most models with network options, Epson offers unmatched capabilities to select the most efficient deployment of scanners. Not just operational efficiency, although we certainly promote that, but financial efficiency as well. Epson doesn't ask you to spend more than you need to when purchasing a document imaging scanner. We encourage you to select the model that fits your requirements best when running Laserfiche software. Working closely with the Laserfiche sales team and the reseller channel, we help provide solutions with a variety of vertical markets that Laserfiche concentrates on, from healthcare reception desk to the high volume scanners and accounts payable and the school district's records facility. Last year, after my keynote presentation, I met an accounting manager who scans claims and billing paperwork into Laserfiche. She needed a scanner that was small enough so it didn't take up much desk space, fast enough so she didn't get bogged down in waiting, and inexpensive enough that she could put one of each of our scanners on 13 workstations. Our Workforce DS510 eliminated the need for the workers to get up from their desk and walk to the mailroom where they would scan on an MFP. And instead, they can now scan directly into Laserfiche from their desk. Their workers now spend more time at their desks, and the efficiency gains are such that they plan on purchasing additional scanners for newly hired staff. Be sure to stop by our booth and talk to us about your document scanner project, about how our document scanner product line can make your installation more efficient. Also, enter to run a daily raffle for a chance to win an Epson portable scanner. Since last year's Empower conference, we have also signed new resellers. We're looking forward to talking to them again and hearing about their success stories. And on top of the other dealer incentives, those dealers that bundle 25 of our desktop scanners with Laserfiche software will get an extra $1,000 bonus directly from Epson as a thank you for your business. Come by and talk to us about details. I would really like to thank everybody for allowing us at Laserfiche at this conference. So on the count of 3, can we hear a loud applause for the Wacker family, everybody at Laserfiche for putting on an astounding Empower 2015 conference. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Robert, and thank you to all our sponsors and exhibitors. Be sure to stop by the exhibitor areas in the main hallway right here at the Marriott or at the Sheraton to visit all this year's exhibitors. We're excited to welcome a number of special guests this year to Empower. We're pleased Ken Chin, Research VP from Gartner, is joining us to teach Managing Content in the Digital Workplace. In this class, Ken will explore how ECM is transforming to deliver value as mobile, social, and cloud converge to become the platform for digital business. That's today at 3 o'clock, right here in Marriott Grand GH. We're thrilled to welcome back Chris Winder from Infotech, right here to Empower, to present Building a Compelling Case for Enterprise-Wide Information Management. Chris has deep experience advising clients on their archiving and storage strategies. Chris will share a model for long-term success with information management, including tactical methods for defining the value of content and reinvesting in your ECM system. That's 1:30 today in Marriott Grand GH. If you're representing an organization whose budget doesn't allow you to work one-on-one with analyst groups, these 2 classes are an excellent way to get insights to share with senior and executive management back at your office. We hope to see you there. This year has been a busy one for our Laserfiche user groups. In June, our Virginia user group hosted its 6th annual statewide user group, the largest user group meeting in Laserfiche history. It featured 122 attendees, 5 tracks, 22 sessions, 13 new CPP graduates, and its own hashtag. In October, our Minnesota user group gave Virginia a run for its money, bringing 119 attendees together for a day of learning about Laserfiche. Their first statewide event featured 4 tracks and 16 sessions. We can't wait to see what they're up to next year. These are just 2 highlights of the 35 user group meetings, that's almost 3 per month, that took place in 2014. Don't worry if you didn't attend a user group meeting last year, because we have a whole slate of user group opportunities right here at Empower. Regional user group meetings will take place at the Tiffany Terrace in the Sheraton and are on the schedule in your program. Industry user group meetings will take place in various locations and are noted in the user group section of your program. There are options for government, higher education, K-12 education, and financial services. Be sure to take the opportunity to meet other users from your area or your industry to share tips and tricks, make new connections, and find out what's new. If you're interested in starting your own user group, please stop by and see Manager of User Groups, Sherbet Medina, at the desk located right outside the Marquee Ballroom at user registration. Last but not least, tonight is our special event, Rock Out with Laserfiche. We'll bring the drinks, the food, and the funk. You just need to bring your dancing shoes and your inner rock star for a night of music, memories, and more. Backed by popular demand, 13-member band Energy is bringing its dazzling musicianship to a whole new level. Energy will take you on a musical journey with performances featuring song, video, and dancers inspired by rock icons from the 1950s all the way through today. They've toured with stars like Stevie Wonder, Elton John, and the Eagles, and will take you on an epic and authentic voyage through rock and roll history. So put on your finest rock star wear and join us right here in the Marquee Ballroom at 6:30 tonight. If you registered to attend, you received a wristband at registration, so don't forget to bring it along with your party spirit. But don't party too hard. We'll see you back here bright and early at 8 a.m. tomorrow to kick off day 2 of Empower. Besides our always popular Run Smarter awards, we'll have a keynote address from Mohammed Qasim, who will share the singularly unique insight of an IT expert on the state of Iraq's developing government. He'll discuss the technical and practical challenges of implementing Laserfiche in a country struggling with a fledgling government and deep cultural divisions, perched on the edge of one of the most dangerous political movements in recent history. You won't want to miss Mohammed's insights on building the Iraq of tomorrow. So be sure to set your alarms before you join us to party tonight. Have a great day and learn a lot.